If you watched part 1, then you already know this truth. You're not the problem. But here's where it gets real. Understanding your pattern and breaking your pattern are two completely different things. Because even when you know better, you can still fall back into the same cycle. You can still ignore red flags, still choose potential over reality, still end up in the same situation, just with a different person. So today, we're not just talking about awareness. We're talking about change, real change. How you actually stop choosing the wrong partners and finally choose better. Page 1. You have to be honest about your patterns. Let's start here, because this is where most people struggle. It's easy to point at what they did wrong. They didn't treat me right. They were inconsistent. They weren't ready, and that may all be true. But here's the uncomfortable part. What did you ignore? What did you allow? What did you keep making excuses for? This isn't about blaming yourself. It's about understanding your role in the pattern. Because patterns don't just repeat randomly, they repeat because something in you is familiar with them. Maybe you stayed too long. Maybe you ignored early signs. Maybe you gave more than you received, hoping it would change. And if you don't face that honestly, you don't break the cycle, you just repeat it with someone new. Page 2. Stop confusing potential with reality. This one right here, this is where most people lose years of their life. You meet someone, and you don't just see who they are. You see who they could be. You see their potential. If they just tried more, if they just healed, if they just got their life together, and you start building a relationship based on that version of them, not the real one. But here's the truth. Potential is an idea. Reality is what they consistently show you. And relationships are built on reality, not potential. Because someone can have all the potential in the world, but if their actions don't match it, it means nothing. So instead of asking, who could they become? Ask yourself, who are they showing me they are? Consistently, that question alone will save you from so much pain. Page 3. Learn to walk away. Sooner, one of the biggest shifts you can make is learning to leave earlier. Not after months, not after years, not after you're emotionally drained. Earlier, at the first clear signs of disrespect, inconsistency, lack of effort, emotional unavailability. And I know what you're thinking. What if I'm giving up too soon? What if they change? What if I'm overreacting? But here's the truth. When someone shows you who they are early, believe them. Because the longer you stay, the harder it becomes to leave. Not because things got better, but because you got more attached. Walking away early isn't weakness. It's clarity. It's self-respect. It's choosing peace over potential. Page 4. Raise your standards without feeling guilty. This is where a lot of good people struggle. They feel like having standards makes them difficult. Too picky, too demanding, too much. So they lower them. They tolerate more than they should. They accept less than they deserve. All just to keep someone. But here's the truth. Standards are not about controlling others. They're about protecting yourself. They define what you accept and what you don't. And the right person? They won't be pushed away by your standards. They'll meet them. So stop feeling guilty for wanting consistency, respect, effort, peace. That's not too much. That's the minimum. Page 5. Stop trying to fix people. This one is important because a lot of good people try to fix what they didn't break. They see someone struggling, someone broken, someone not fully ready, and instead of walking away, they step in. They try harder. They give more. They stay patient. They believe love will change them. But here's the truth. You cannot fix someone who is not ready to fix themselves. And the more you try, the more you lose yourself in the process. Because now your energy is going into someone who isn't meeting you halfway. Love is not supposed to feel like a project. It's supposed to feel like a partnership. Page 6. Start choosing based on actions, not words. Anyone can say the right things. I care about you. I'm serious about this. I'm going to do better. Words are easy. But actions? Actions reveal the truth. Consistency reveals the truth. Effort reveals the truth. So stop listening to what people say and start watching what they do. Do they show up? Do they follow through? Do they match your energy? Because at the end of the day, what they do matters more than what they promise. Breaking this cycle isn't about becoming someone new. It's about choosing differently. Choosing what's healthy over what's familiar. Choosing what's consistent over what's confusing. Choosing yourself over what drains you. And the moment you start doing that, everything changes. Because you're no longer repeating the same story, you're creating a better one. Let's keep this real. What's one standard you're no longer willing to compromise on? Drop it in the comments. If this message hit you, stay connected. More real conversations like this are coming. And if you're looking for simple, powerful tech to upgrade your streaming experience, check out our MyGem Amazon stores. We also recommend using a VPN for safer, unrestricted streaming. Links are in the description. We're here to help you make smarter streaming decisions. I'll see you in part 3.